Well, the YouTube website here. I don't know, I came up with this idea. I don't know if it's been invented yet, in the process of being invented. But I definitely think that there should be something like this built. Due to all this mass shooting bullshit that keeps coming up. You know, especially in the schools. I think it's time the schools step up and have to make a better system. Now, of course, you can bring in, lockdowns and everything else. Have security or whatever, lock your doors, but, that still don't stop a shooter from coming in and, blowing the lock off the door. I honestly believe there's a system that my two sons go to school. And they have a system where you pretty much just ain't, this is something similar to it, but it ain't the exact thing. I just did a rough draft. But drive up, come in, go around, pick up, drop off, buses, whatever, go off, on a different route, whatever, could go around the school, come out, it's the type of system that runs at the school where my kids go to. And, they do have an officer, I believe, that stays there and does protect pretty much, and does his job, but I still don't think that's enough. And when you have these long roads up into the school, I think this is a better way to process the system to work better. And what I think is, not only, it was a movie back in the 80s, mind you. And I believe, it was The Principal with Jim Belushi, late, great John Belushi's brother. I love that guy as an actor. He's just as, not as good and the best, but he's as, he's as great as his brother was. But in that movie, they had metal detectors. But I think that's not enough, considering what I just said. You can lock your doors, you can have security, whatever, but nothing is prepared when someone just drives on up, gets out of that vehicle, and starts shooting. Now, what I think should happen, and as you're sitting there looking at this picture, you're probably asking what the hell this is. Well, this, I think, should be a new idea in the process. And like I said, schools should be rebuilt. Or, let alone, they're going to start needing to put fencing around the building. There's private colleges in Worcester right now that have that fencing all around their school. And you are only in certain entrances. But yet, they have a security guard building out there at Holyoke, but, not too much security there. And the only reason why I know this is because I DoorDash and I drive up into the college area and deliver food to the, students. But what I think needs to be placed more than just security or even, metal detectors at the door. Excuse me. I think metal detector. There should be a car metal detector. And now how's anybody going to do that or think of that? There should be a way to get, even the car being metal. But only to get the metal from the guns, say so, or even the bullets. There should be some type of system that, we're coming out with so much shit and technology today. I think there's some way that they can have some type of metal detector to detect just guns, hopefully. If there's a way to do that, I think this should be a thing to look into to put at the schools. And why should schools be rebuilt? Because that's why. Because you get, even if they are near the roads or whatever, he's still going to need some system to lock down, let alone someone coming in just walking. So, I mean, I think schools should not only have these at the entrance, but, yeah, fencing, to go all around. I mean, I didn't draw that yet because this is just a rough draft, but I think fencing like this, right? The fencing that you can't get over. Whether it be chain link fence or barred fence, whatever the case may be. I think, yeah, schools need to set up that protection. Because if someone just is able to drive up into the school, shoot the door out, shoot windows out, you gotta have something on the spot before that even happens. And not only that, this system should be rigged to where as soon as someone passes with guns, an immediate alarm, right, shoots to the school. And they should have, right, one of them certain, they got the fire alarms, and they should have a certain code alarm to alert shooters on their way. So, in the process, even if the person does happen to make it through, or somehow the system, does a little malfunction, let alone, stops working somehow due to a power outage, there should be some safety measures that could lead to an alarm to set off where everybody stops immediately what they're doing and start running for cover. I mean, I think that, enough's enough. These mass shootings are starting to get overrated now. They're starting to get ridiculous. And another one just happened, I believe, early this morning. I think my wife showed me, or yesterday, another shooting. I mean, this creates jobs, mind you, with, security, let alone them, putting in the system. But they really need to do a renovation or reinvent something like this, I believe. A metal detector to detect guns. And once that system detects it, boom, immediate shot off to the school. I think something should really be thought of on this. To have a special alarm. To have them teachers and kids literally hustling to get to safety. That's it. Something new should be thought of. Something new should be planned. Something new should be invented. Hopefully there's something in the making. But I can tell you right now, it ain't soon enough. It's not soon enough. And that just really disturbs me because, not only did these people that got this mass shooting happen to them, I got kids too. Kids to worry about. Kids are worried, things to worry about when they get out of school, let alone sitting in the school and all some maniac, stupid psychopath that has a bad hair across his ass. So I'm just going to go shoot a school today. Oh, man, it's stuff that rambles on through their mind. And it definitely goes through my mind and is some of the problems of why my mind runs so ragged. And trying to get things done. I forget this, I forget that. Every day something new happens. I try to relax myself and do things. I've been going deep into the past with, music thinking about old time friends, times I spent with family. And then, something else, tragic happens. And it's just ridiculous. It's getting old in my book. And, even though there's been a span of time that has passed, but it's all picking up again. And, of course, the last shooting, you'd think this would happen, demanding more safety features, was the Sandy Hook Elementary tragedy. That to me is just, something from that day forth. I know their friggin' school out there is pretty tight, it looks like, but I think there should be more done. But anyways, as I was saying, I just had a little technical difficulties. Got a lot of them in this brain of mine. But I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to start having something built like this. Some type of, mechanism to detect guns. Let alone someone just running up on the building and having, it sucks to say, if you're going to put these schools up as Fort Knox, then I would do it. Let alone have a gate where you have to, there is another college in Worcester that I deliver food to too, and they have a security guard there, I believe, 24/7, I should say. And literally, I got to pull up, tell them what I'm doing. They open up the gate. And I think more schools should be like this, let alone just having a simple security guard there. Something should be made to detect guns right off the bat. Just certain types of metal that guns detect. I think there should be a metal detector that just detects guns. And I think things would be a little better and more safety would be, applied to that. Because I tell you, man, it's getting ridiculous. Every day you wake up, there's another mass shooting. For a few days down the road, another mass shooting. Well, if we could step it up and build something, hell, even in the grocery parking lots. Guy goes up to a grocery store. There should be something made that they could put simply on all entrances. A simple, common little piece. Even if it's just as skinny, as narrow as this, that can just zip a little red laser to a type of metal. Just to get something that detects, and then it shoots off immediately to all stores. So they will know that, someone is coming with a gun and prepare themselves, whether they gotta hide, whether they gotta dial 911, whether they, gotta run out of the building, get the safety. Something should be made to detect this stuff. It's good that we have all these cameras now, and a lot of places I noticed have been getting a lot of surveillance, but surveillance ain't stopping bullets and lunatics with guns. Guns don't kill people, lunatics do. And something should be made to stop them. Some special form of metal detector for guns. That's what I think. I think things should be set up, whether it maybe even be a little camera with a laser that just detects guns, something. I mean, if they're making, technology these days, they're making 10, 30 different friggin' phones that you can buy. Why not make something in a system, of a security system, to protect our kids, to protect our supermarkets and stuff like that? A little metal detector, just to keep people safe. Like I said, something just cheaply insufficient but works decent enough so everybody can afford to have that damn thing plop right there. So if someone drives on in thinking it's going to have themselves a grand old time, their ass would be cuffed and stuffed, and hell, maybe put a bullet in their head because of the insane intentions that they're going to bring towards that person, family, pain, and suffering later on forth. Something should be made. Some type of detector that detects guns. You know what? Taking guns off the street ain't going to help. I'm sorry, taking guns off the street ain't gonna help, because there's a little thing called the black market, and you can buy guns all you want there, all the time. If you got the cash, they've got the stash. And if you think you're gonna take the guns off the streets, you're mad, you're insane. You think voting on that's gonna help anything? No, because there's this little thing that's called, I'll say it again, black market, where you can get anything off the frickin' world off that damn thing. And then what? It doesn't matter. You're not stopping. You need to prepare. You don't need to stop the guns. You need to be prepared. You need to be set and ready for when that maniac charges in and tries to take multiple lives, because their day and their life sucks. Something needs to be made to detect guns. That's what I think. And hell, even if you could put up a fence, some damn loser to try to jump over, I'll be get fucking electrocuted. Yeah, that's right. But something needs to be made. So I'm sending this message out to all scientists, to all, I can't say scientists, but electronic people that are good with all the electronics, camera making, surveillance cameras, all that type of jiggy-jaggy, little systems that are built. They should make something like this so it can be put in an entrance and an alarm will shoot off. And you're not stopping everything, but you can, and you 100% can prepare yourself. It's all about preparing for the maniac and being one full step ahead of him. One full step ahead of him. Hell, 10 steps ahead of him. Because you got something like this alerting, or even throw the cameras on there to shoot the face, so you get a face or a body or a figure, whatever the hell the case may be. Something bulletproof so he can't blow out circuitry and stuff. That's what I think needs to be done. Right here, folks. If this ain't being in the process of being made, or already, something similar to being made, I'm patenting this. And I'm telling these people to try and make something like this. Hell, if I had the wizardry of, all kinds of type of electronic like that, I'd throw myself, but I ain't got the time, nor do I got the patience for that, but I have ideas, so try to throw my ideas out. That's right. Make something to prepare that place that is going to be victimized by a psychopath, by a fucking dick-headed, stupid lunatic that sees nothing in this world but his world and wants everything in his world dead. And that's not the way life should be lived, nor should we have roaming. So I hope someone sees this video and starts making something to where we can find them guns before tragedy hits. Till that next video, folks, be safe. Take care. Guns don't kill people. Lunatic maniacs kill people. And if we can make something to be ahead of the game of them, because you're not getting rid of the guns. People need to not forget about that black market. And I'm saying it again, black market. You're not stopping guns on the street. But we can prepare ourselves And that's that. Out.